Hello everybody, it is Christine. It is time to do scrapbook process video for iron crafters. Iron crafters is we are given an ingredient that we must use. This month's ingredient is to use our oldest paper. So Tara said, you find your oldest paper and you use that. Now I had to go digging, y'all, because I don't really keep it by date. With the exception of I have my Bow Bunny stuff by date. I actually reorganized my Graphic 45 by date just to check. And then that's basically it. Everything else I either do by theme or color. So I kind of went into my papers that are like singles, meaning they're not in a collection or anything like that. So I theoretically could have a piece of paper that's older than this, but it is highly unlikely. And y'all, I found 5 pieces of paper from 2007. 2007, look at this. So this one is pink paisley. It's like a little, it's got a little framed out area, so I'm going to keep it whole. This one is Making Memories. It's pink on one side and striped on the other. It's called Animal Crackers. So I technically have 2 of those. I had 2 of those. Then this one is My Mind's Eye. And it's called Signature Life. And there's the pink and purpley and blue polka dot with this kind of bluey green. And I got lucky because it's they're going to go together in a second. And then this one is Crepe Paper. Collection was Poppy from 2007. So all these are 2007. So that being said, I found a really old picture. I think I've actually scrapped a picture, like a set of these. I think I took 3 of these. And maybe I scrapped one of the other ones because I thought maybe her smile was bigger or something. But this was in my little thing over here. And I know it's 2003. So it's fairly old. I probably have some when she's a baby, like 98, 99, 2000 something, but this one was there. And honestly, it goes with these. I like this one because it's got this green-ish background here, and she's wearing like this purpley pink color, and then he's got on like these blue jeans. So in my head, I go, okay, I don't have any embellishments or title or anything just yet, y'all. But in my head, I'm going, I think I'm going to use a contrasting color. So I think I'm going to use this pink here. I'm going to try to use these, I don't know if I'll use them all up, but maybe I'll cut into all of them. I don't know. The problem is I really can't go any lower than this on the big one, which means I can't make these smaller. So I may cut a little block or something. I don't know. I've got to work on this. I can obviously, double, triple mat this thing to use some papers up. So for sure, these are the papers I'm using. I still have to think about my title. I have to think about, what can I use as embellishments. I have my little plastic thing here, with some stuff in it. Obviously I have my binder and things, but I don't know yet. So let me get my base put together and I'll be back on in just a second. Okay, so I have glued down my green polka dot little shaped paper on top of the pink. And then I gut that green paper and have made a square for the middle there. And then now I'm going to create a little band out of the stripes from the middle of that striped paper. I have to thank Tara because I would never have probably pulled these papers out if I weren't looking for the oldest paper in my stash. But I do still now have some scraps to use. So I will probably make a scrap layout out of this stuff. I thought about fishtailing it. I decided against it. So it's just going to be a little band across. So I just kind of have this center square with the band. It's kind of a simple design. Nothing, nothing crazy. I'm going to map my photo here. I'm going to use the dark green first. And then the striped paper there, the back of it is that pinkish. You can see with a little distress kind of technique around the edges, which I find interesting. Looking at these papers, they're all from the same year, and you can see that like the pink had like a distressed edge, the green frame thing had like distressing kind of going on, and the green solid piece there, that had some distressing. So that was clearly in style at the time because I would not have necessarily just picked those to be for that purpose. So I think that's interesting. I go ahead and scuff the green square here just because it looked a little, I don't know, like it needed something going on. I still haven't 100% figured out my design except for that band across the middle there. And I want my photo on the right side. So I'll do that in just a second. But I want to add the pink photo mat. But I don't have anything big enough to mat the whole photo. So I'm going to create a little bit of layering in just a second with the scraps or the little extras over there. Here's where I'm going to do that. I'm going to kind of think on this for just a minute. I think I fast around, if I'm honest, because I'm going, okay, I'm going to create this top bottom, this left side here, and then I'll take that piece and think, okay, well, if I put it up there, and then I'll need another small piece. So again, I'm going to kind of fast around this thinking, I'm not trying to make it match. So just so you know, I'm not trying to make them look like they're the same piece of paper, you know, kind of put together like a puzzle piece. I want them to look like different layers, but I've just got to figure out how I want it to look. The other thing I'm going to end up doing is getting into, I pull out my some assemblage required stuff. There was actually a little piece of wood grain title. It was like making memories or something like that. I decided against using that ultimately. I almost did, but then I thought, let me get back in my old stuff and see if I can't, you know, use some of it. Although I did actually still end up using one of the little envelopes I got from my advent calendar had some little ruler things. And I'll pull that out because it has a green and a pink. And I thought, well, that kind of matches. Let me get all this glued down here before I get too far ahead on my design. This photo, I think I told you guys, it's just my daughter and my husband, and they just look so cute. And that's why I kind of debated on the title, too. You'll see what I end up doing. I end up using a tag with a title on it. I think I was looking at a branding strip right there thinking, do I use that? Do I not use that? I decided against it, obviously. So I think I cut away because I get into that. There you go. I pulled it out. It was my some assemblage required stuff. But here's where I found the tag. I had gone in through my binder already, and I had found this tag that says always together, the best of friends, buddies. My husband was a good daddy. You know, he was always, you know, she's an only child, so we were able to spend a lot of time with her doing different things. I mean, she played soccer, and, you know, he always went to all her school stuff and all that. And so I thought the tag was kind of cute. I'm going to add this little thing here. It says a simple kind of love. I like that a lot. I did have a that twine there. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know I even had that. I was honestly looking for some seam binding or something, and I found that black twine. I hadn't even opened it, so I was really happy with that. Here's me using these little ruler pieces. So one is a little bit translucent. The green is. The red or the pinky color is not translucent. And I'm really just kind of adding a little weight to the right side of that photo there. And then I had got in my binder and I found these flowers that I had fussy cut. Those were a real thin piece of paper that I cut at some point. And I wouldn't necessarily suggest that this layout calls for florals per se, because they're in the pickup truck and all that. But the colors went. So I thought, you know what, I can use them up. And this was the last of these little pieces. So I like them. They actually give a little bit of interest to the page. So I'm going to glue these down. I will put foam under one of them in the upper left up there. Then I will pull out there's some little fabric hearts. I actually really contemplated that little, you can see that gold heart on the white cardstock looking little journaling card. I almost used it as well, but once I used that tag with the buddies on there, I decided against pulling that in. It just wasn't going to look right. So that little guy needed to get laid down because he was bent over. So I'll end up using glue dots on my fabric hearts. The fabric hearts were from a Color Rush Studio monthly kit maybe last spring, I think, maybe March or April. She may still have them in her shop. I'm not on the affiliates or anything anymore, but you can always go check out her. If you go back to my older layouts and design team layouts, you can kind of see the links and stuff. This is the one I put the foam up underneath. But the fabric layouts, or the fabric hearts, actually had kind of similar color palette. There was like a blue one, a pink one, and a cream one. And I thought, okay, those work pretty well. And they were actually in my little plastic container on my desk here. So it was good to use those up as well. I do enjoy a layout where I'm using some old stuff. I mean, I love new product. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy opening up my new bags, my new boxes, whatever. But using up old product is just so satisfying, you know. It's just satisfying. I glue this down. Honestly, I should have turned it a little different direction, but it ends up working out. I'm going to move it around a couple ways, and I think I pull it down. It's the two little green fern-looking things that kind of strike me, but I'll end up covering the left one up a little bit with the tag, so I think it works out okay. So I'm just going to glue that down. I don't put any foam underneath it or anything. And then the next thing I do is there's a little camera, and I don't know why I put that on there. I mean, I know we took a picture, so maybe that's why. It was just kind of laying there, and I thought, well, the colors go, so I put that down there. And then I'm going to use, oh, sorry, I had to use the glue dots for this fabric thing, so I'm going to cut away in just a second. Then I'm going to end up pulling out some little wood hearts from my little wood veneer box. I thought I had a lot more. You see, I got my little bag here, and I'm like, wow, I've only got 4 left, really? And I'm looking at my stuff. I'm going, that can't be right. Have I really used them all? Y'all, I've really used them all. I must use those a lot because I've used 100 little hearts at some point. So I pull out 3 of them and I'm going to glue those down just kind of in the little clusters. I wished I had, a few more because I would have liked to have put, 3 in each one, but it is what it is. So I'm going to glue those down with my Nuvo glue. And then after that, I think that's it, you guys. I contemplate a little bit of mixed media, but with all that distressing kind of printed on the paper, I decided against that, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, this is just me gluing these down. I probably shouldn't leave this kind of stuff in here, but on the other hand, I hate to cut too much out. And that is the last of what I do to this layout. I really enjoyed this. Make sure you guys check out the playlist. I'm really curious as to who's going to have the oldest piece of paper. And actually, you let me know in the comments. If you know what your oldest piece of paper is, what year is it from? Like I said, this is 2007 and various different makers. So I'm really proud to have used these up. I mean, the next oldest ones I have were 2008. I found 2 sheets of that. I almost used them, but then I found these 2007. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe and show some other folks some love, all the ones that play along. And you can always go into the Paper Snob Facebook group, ask to be a member, and you can play along with us and drop your projects in there. So y'all have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.